grew up in Miami. I lived in New York, and my grandmother stole me from my mother.
Stop it, brother. It's not George Foreman's birthday. It's not George Foreman's birthday. Somebody psyched me out. I'm not listening to you guys anymore. Kenny Burns was good. Living legend. Kenny Burns. Happy birthday to one and only Method Man. I would have started off with a Method Man. Maybe I'll end it with a Method Man. But I went to a dinner. Well, not a dinner. It was only four of us. But Melly Mel, Grandmaster Melly Mel, living legend, one of the founders, the pioneers of hip-hop, one of the greatest ever live. We were celebrating. He got a Lifetime Achievement Award Grammy, him and the whole Furious Five, and Grandmaster Flash. And so his people hit me up and said, yo, we doing a very small get-together. Sal Abatello, me, and Melly Mel. And Invisible Bully, what's up, man? Yo, D-Rock. Yo, that Biggie documentary is incredible. Yesterday I went on, I went ham the whole hour about it. It's incredible, brother. Good work. I can't believe you was filming that shit the whole time, D-Rock. Okay. And so, Melly Mel, one of the greatest to ever do it, one of the pioneers, a man who paved the way for me. I remember being a little kid and watching him play basketball, and the next day seeing him on the Grammys with Shaka Khan. You have to understand there was no inspiration where I was from. Where I was from in the South Bronx, if you look up these pictures, it really looked like a battlefield, blown up buildings. And so to see somebody with my own eyes make it, it was really incredible. And so I went and I sat with him and I wanted to hear. And I said, yo, Mel, what made y'all rhyme? And so he said, Kool Herc was jamming, and his man Coke LaRock kept going, and he had this echo chamber thing. He would go, yes, y'all. Yeah. And it would sound like some other shit over the music, but it was really like if you was high, you would hear this shit and bug out. And I said, but when did they start rapping? He said, we started it. And then we started, yes, y'all. You don't stop. And then they started to rap. And I was like, damn. I know it's hard for you young people to truly understand, that it really was no hip hop out there. In the radio station, they would play it one time for 2 hours a week on a Friday or on a Saturday. It was impossible. The man who used to run the whole radio at the time, Frankie Crocker, living legend, I remember people saying he was like over his dead body, he's going to play that. Same thing with the South Side. They wasn't letting the reggae tone play until it came over, because the people power is the most important power. And so, Melly Mel, I love you. I thank you for all the inspiration. I will never, ever forget you and your contributions. Rest in peace, Mr. Magic. Shout out to Red Alert. I just heard him on the radio, BLS. It's Method Man's birthday. Today I got a very beautiful visit by my brother Showbiz Born Lord, DITC. You know, he don't come around much, but when he do, it means a lot. Shout out to the whole DITC crew, my brother Finesse, Diamond D. If he ain't believing me, I wouldn't be here. If you're in New York City, it is brick on another level. Nothing to play with. The shit is... Jack Frost is out here. He's here. And so I threw the fur on. I got the chinchilla shit. I get on the elevator of the building. This lady says, nice lady. She said, well, is it really that cold? Is it really that serious? I said, yes, ma'am. It's very serious out there. It's really, really cold. And I like to dress warm. And I believe just like cash, one day there's not going to be no cash. That's a fact. Oh, no, we'll die. We'll all die. But one day they're making it so now when you pull cash out in the store, it's like you're old school. You ever felt like that yet? No, I'm Mayor pulling out. I felt like that.
No.
Oh, you know. No, I pull out cash and they look at me like I'm old school. Cash is old school. I promise you.
I mean, we got options though. We could hit them with the black card, or we could hit them with the cash. But I mean, I'm used to.
They
used
want
to cash.
they are trying to change it.
I'm still used to cash.
To all, me too. To all credit card. And so why did I say cash? What was I talking about cash? I got 3 executive producers. Nobody remembers why I mentioned cash.
You was at the store and you
Pulled out cash.
You pulled out cash, and nobody uses cash. That's what you were saying.
Nobody uses cash. And so it's cold out there. It's really, really cold. And so I turn around. I got my fur on. And I believe fur is going to be the same way. They're making you feel bad about wearing fur. No, I mean it. Yo, Tim, what's up, Timberland?
You ever had a PETA incident?
No, I will fucking,
I mean, no, not that they
fuck a
threw,
nigga.
No, not that they threw something at
Yo.
you, that they said something to you.
Yo, let me tell you something. Somebody throw something to me, they getting pounded out. There's no way in the world you throwing something on me. I promise you that. And so the biggest talk in the game is Atlanta All-Star Weekend. Once again, thousands and thousands of people are going to go out there and pretend that there is no COVID. They're going to go shake their ass. They're going in the club. They're going to see. I mean, this is crazy. Everybody's calling like, yo, Joe, you going down to Atlanta? Like, they think like I'm going to let them in the club. Like they trying to get in. And I'm like, yo, let me be clear on this. Is it really going down? Like, are y'all trying to act like it's All-Star Weekends? Like last year we did Chicago. We went out there. Wifey had the sable. I chinchillaed out. You know, we love All-Star Weekend, but are they really, really going out there to shake their ass like there is no COVID?
This might be the first year I never bothered you for All-Star.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something. It's one of the many blessings in life is All-Star. I love going. I love participating. I love it. But I don't want to go this year. I don't even understand. Shout out my brother Pretty Lou. Pretty Lou just hit me and said, yo, Joe, you know he does a party every year. His birthday / he gives away charity to cancer.
Yeah.
Well, he texts me, yo, the party this year is in Miami. I hope me not texting him back, let him know that I'm not coming. Like, yo, these guys are fucking crazy, bro. Like, I'm like, it's okay. Let's see. Fat Joe's one of the last ones trying to hold on to being a human being. And watch out for people out there because I'm so happy. I swear to God, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. Or, you know, I whisper to myself, yo, God, thank you, man. It's sunny today. Thank you, God. It's beautiful today. Thank you. Shout out to Luis Miguel. My little brother Luis Miguel, it's his birthday. I love you, Luis Miguel. And it's like, Thank you, God, for the sun. Thank you, God, for this soda. Thank you for this water. Thank you. I just feel like that. Like I truly feel like every day we live is blessed because we're on borrowed time. And so, and I've had this conversation with every tough guy you could think of. At a certain age, you start appreciating everything. When you're young, you think you can't die. You're running around, you know. So people will try to steal your happiness. If they're miserable, they're upset, they're mad at their life, their shortcomings, they will try to steal your happiness. And I know you guys in these comments right here, you're clout chasing me and clickbait or what? Yeah, every tough guy will agree. Thank God we still here. And so, B-Dial. And so, these guys, so the guys here, whoever's, they do this shit. They pack up and they say, yo, click this. You know, listen, God, we don't even know you. Stop clicking. You go somewhere else. I'm not going to mention your name or nothing. But they will try to steal your happiness. And so I told you the most important thing in life to me is happiness. That is your true currency. As long as you're happy doing what you're doing. Maybe it's getting money. Maybe it's being hip hop. Maybe it's, I don't know what the fuck. Whatever makes you happy, going to church. Right? And so, shout out to my brother and fellow Knicks fan who finally said something positive about my Knicks. Even though we're Knicks fans, he shits on them every chance he gets. Stephen A. Smith finally said, there's something special going on in New York. And so, he's right. We're above 500. We got the lowest salary cap. We don't pay. We're not even paying. We got the youngest team that could grow. And we winning. And so don't get mad at us. And Stephen A. Smith, listen, you're very bold. You get $10 million a year because you're really tough at what you do. Don't be scared to love your Knicks. It's your Knicks. Don't be scared to love your Knicks. Nah, because it's almost like everybody wants to be from Harlem, right? No, it's the same shit. Like if you're a Knicks fan and you always love the Knicks, you don't admit you love the Knicks because they're not winning. It's like everybody. I could mention to you about 5 to 10 people that you will swear that they're from Harlem and they could get an award for being from Harlem or a statue. They're not. And so they all say they're from Harlem. I love Harlem. I am a fake Harlem guy. I'm the Bronx, and I grew up on 132nd and Park Avenue. My first girlfriend was from the East Side. I can tell you all my fake Harlem stories. I hustled in Harlem. I started in Harlem, but I'm from the Bronx. Truly, I know I'm a fake Harlem guy. But you guys, rappers, executives, and other, be like, yeah, I'm from Harlem. I'm like, listen, bro. I don't even want to do it because then it's not right. But it's the same thing. You're a Knicks fan. You're scared to say you're a Knicks fan. I've been in New York for like a week and a half. I've been eating ghetto Chinese. All I see my face getting a little chubby. I got to get back on my shit. May is cleansing. 2 days cleansing. You don't get a headache with the.
I'm good. First day was tough. I'm good now. This day was nothing.
Nah, I could do it. Yeah. I've done it a lot of times.
Let's do it again.
Nah, but you shitting like leaves and shit. Are you shitting gold leaves because you're so rich?
I'm shitting kale.
You shitting kale. Fuck out of here, man. Y'all listen. These guys are weirdos, man. Listen. Stay in the light, Joe. They jump in. Stay in the light. Yeah, these guys control me. You guys are like mini DJ Khaled's. The minute I go bad, they go, stay in the light, Joe. Yo, B Dot is like, what the fuck?
Beat.
B Dot is like,
I speak to beat out every day.
oh no, he's the best. He's a beautiful person, bro. No question. B Dot is a different guy.
I love beat out more than the Knicks.
Fuck you, Lola. Oh look, wifey's tuned in.
Hey sis.
Aha.
What's up?
Yo,
What's up, Papa? How are you?
yo, Ada, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm still hungry from watching you eat the other day. I'm like, yo.
Yo, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something that was so crazy, right? I went to eat lunch with my son that day. I hadn't seen him in a while. And the man was coughing. And I said, you will get stabbed in certain places for coughing right now. It's COVID.
That's right.
And I was like, yo, my man, how you coming out to eat with fucking boogers coming? Like, this is like, you might as well shoot me with a bazooka or some shit.
That's when I knew you were a comedian, though.
Oh,
I
that's
was
when
like,
you knew I was a comedian.
that's right.
Everybody, this is Ada. She is a very, very funny comedian. I discovered the first time I heard of you was on the Tiffany Haddish special.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of that joint right there?
It's called They Ready.
It's called They Ready.
Yep.
And yo, you got busy though.
I had to rep for us.
So you're Puerto Rican and Dominican? I thought you was Puerto Rican and Cuban like me. You Dominican and Puerto Rican.
Yeah, my stepfather's Cuban, though. He raised me, so it's in there.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. He was torturing your ass for real. The Cubans is their way or the highway, huh?
Yeah, he was crazy. One of my biggest jokes on the special is about him because I had to watch him get his ass beat on the bus stop. And
yeah, I seen my father get fucked up a couple of times.
It's
I'm keeping
traumatic.
it real.
Yeah.
So my father's little, and he always talks shit, like major shit, though. Like, he couldn't shut the fuck up. And I know why he got beat up all the time. Because he was like, you know, he talked too much shit.
That's right.
And, you know,
That's
my
why
father the type, he go, I don't want to go off. This is your interview. He the type, put it like this. My cousins would have their sweet 16s and shit. Their mothers, his sisters, will come by my house and give my mother an invitation secretly. Please don't tell my brother, my blood brother, because we don't want him in this motherfucker, but we want you and the kids to come. This is how much shit he would start. He start calling people whores, all type of shit, and he get his ass whipped every time.
Yeah, that was the same. That was my stepfather. He was talking shit, and he was a little racist, and he splashed this black dude on the bus stop, and that black dude put his paws on him, and it was
He beat the shit out of him, huh?
Yeah. And thanks to that, it was one of my biggest jokes on Netflix. So thankful for that.
He gave you the content. He gave you. Now I'll tell you one thing. I watched my father get robbed one night. My father used to drink a lot, and he used to play poker. So he always worked hard, had a couple of dollars, but he'd be going gambling. And I guess he must have won or something. I remember I was like 7 years old, looking out the window. He was screaming for my mother. I don't know what he thought. My mother could help him with some shit. And I watched him beat up my pops and rob him. And that's the first time I knew myself that I was a bad guy. Because I remember being a kid saying, I will kill those guys right there. Like, if I ever caught these guys in my life, I will give it to these guys.
That doesn't make you a bad guy.
Yeah, but it's different because I meant it. You know, when it's in your DNA, in your soul. I was really looking out the window like I wish I was bigger. Like, I wish I was bigger. I would be out there. And then one time Ernest and my father, he knew he had crazy kids. Like, he knew we was wilding for the night. Mm-hmm. So he never bothered us. But one time, I don't know, they must have jerked him. You remember the time he did call us at the car where he was getting his car fixed? You wasn't there? On 149th of like St. Anne's. Oh, yeah. So my father paid and they didn't fix his car. He made the call. Yo, we went up in there like the 18. I heard this before rap. Oh my God. When they saw who his kids was, they was like, Jesus Christ. We tore
Bad.
everything up. But my father ain't never give me. So you grew up where? Where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Miami. I lived in New York, and my grandmother stole me from my mother and took me to Miami.
Wow. And so
But
when you grew up, Alapata, Hialeah?
yes, of course.
Where you was at Alapata? What, Hialeah?
No, Alapata. I grew up in
You was in
Alapata.
Alapata.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I remember doing the celebrity basketball game and paying Khaled $500 to DJ, and he was the Arab Attack. Remember when he was the Arab
Of
Attack?
course, I discovered DJ Khaled, the Arab
Right.
Attack, terror
Yeah, you
squad
did.
leader.
You used to
The
come to
Gong
Miami.
Gong the Gong Gong megaphone, the thing. You know, but there's a guy. I'm a rebuttal that one with you, and I know you had that moment. But you know, they got guys out here who tell me they hired Mark Anthony for $500, and I'd be like, yo, but you know, now you got to pay, you know, $15,000 to go to his concert right now. They'd be like, yo, I had Mark Anthony for $5. So everybody started somewhere.
It's
What was it
beautiful
like for you? When did you decide as a Latina? Because is there even any role models for you being Latina coming up in comedy? Like, who's the Rita Moran? Who's the person that paved the way for you in comedy?
Tiffany Haddish. That's facts. So no, we don't have a Latina that's broken the ceiling. Angela Johnson, Cristela Alonso, Gina Brillon are my my sisters that headline. There's a Puerto Rican woman named Sara Contreras that's from New York, Shayla Rivera. They never were able to break the ceiling. And so it's our job to do it now.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm on your ass. I told you.
Yeah, you did.
I told you I have a special, it will happen. I have a special desire to doing the stand-up comedy. Me personally, I swear to God, it's a dream of mine to do stand-up comedy. Like, to go up there, but everything I do to win. So I really need to really stop the music, stop everything, so I can just totally focus on that stand-up. That should be crazy. I'm telling you.
Do you want to do stand-up, but you don't want to bomb? You know how many of us had to bomb for how many?
Oh no, I'm not gonna bomb.
You gotta bomb.
Nah, I bust out R. Kelly stories, Mike Tyson story. My shit cannot bomb. Too big to fail. That might be my stand-up comedy. Too big to fail. I will not bomb.
Okay.
I will not bomb.
I told you I was gonna put you on stage. I'm gonna put you on stage.
You gotta do it.
I'm gonna do it.
You said me and Louis Guzman, Pachanga. You said, yo, I'll let y'all both open up for me. I'm with that shit.
Listen, I'm putting y'all both on stage. Y'all both funny. And I want to see what the audience says, right? Because you're a performer.
They want to know what's up. I don't do, listen, let me tell you something. You know something about me? I never lose. I don't do nothing to lose. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It ain't like you say, Joe, come Wednesday. No, I'm going to bomb. But so I'm like, I got to take my time to make sure this shit, because I'm like, you know, I'll catch him.
I want to see it. I believe you.
I'll catch him. I'll just go. And so I do this, they don't like it. I do this, they respond. I do this, I'm gone. That's where I got to go. Oh, they want
you have the instincts
right there.
You have the instincts of a comedian, though. You do.
Oh, you know I do.
Yeah, you do.
Nah, you know, because it's all about timing. I had these motherfuckers like this in the back. I catch them. They like, oh shit. I ain't know he was coming like that. I ain't know. No. I bet you ain't know I was cool with Michael Jordan. Man.
No, I didn't.
That's my guy. Look, I got proof.
I met Michael Jordan.
I'm just fucking with you, Ada. I swear to God. I'm just fucking with you.
The story, I'm telling you, I know you got the instinct.
I'm funny like that. Yeah, I'm telling you.
I'm gonna be there. I will be there when it happens.
I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna work for you that night. I'm gonna open up for you, and it's gonna be crazy. You got something coming soon with Angela Yee, my girl. I love Angela Yee.
That's my girl.
Tell me about that.
So March 15th, we have a show coming out on Facebook Watch. It's called the mastery of comedy. It's like The Voice, but with comedians. And so Carlos Miller from the 85 South Show, Roy Wood Jr., and Donnell Rawlings and I are the judges or the mentors. And we're mentoring new comedians, and we have to, they have to perform after we mentor them, and they have to be better than they were when we met them. So it was interesting. We shot it in New York.
Cause you know, some of the funniest shit is when they whack. You know, like the most memorable. Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you. The most memorable. Look, when I do the New Music Saturdays on the IG, I'm not gonna lie. I want them all to be incredible, but when a super whack one comes, I am dying inside because that's like actually funny. Like when the guy, what was the guy who tried for? Is legendary for American Idol, the Asian dude.
Oh yes.
Oh, yo, he bombed to the point of he bombed to where he blew up.
Yeah, it was
Like
pretty bad.
this guy was really, yeah, but he blew up. He had a career for bombing.
Yo, that was his thing because he was tone deaf. So we got some comedians that are tone deaf too.
At what point do you say, yo, they gotta give
We
up?
got some comedians that are tone deaf too.
Oh, we got some dudes that's 50 years old
Well, I
on
don't
the
know if they
couch.
gotta give up.
We got some 50-year-olds on the couch
Sometimes
that never made a demo that's telling their wives they can't work because they rappers and they're gonna blow up one day. Like that's tone deaf. That
some
is
comedians
tone
are
deaf.
like that too. They've been telling the same jokes since the 80s, and they're like,
No.
the industry hating on me. I'm like, no, the audience
What?
is.
No,
They
you
hate
whack, bro.
You're not funny.
You're not funny. You whack. The industry said. So y'all get that too? The industry's hating on me. Illuminati
Yes,
is going
absolutely.
down.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The Illuminati is the
Illuminati's
white.
holding them back.
Yeah, absolutely. In
On
comedy.
world order.
Oh, for somebody like me, when I book something, is who she slept with. I slept with a pen and I wrote a good joke, motherfucker. That's who I slept with.
Oh, so they accuse you
Of
of
course.
sleeping with somebody to advance your career.
Yes, they accuse a lot of the women of doing that, and that's not the case. That's one place where it doesn't work. In comedy, that's not.
I ain't even gonna lie. It ain't too many. All right, I'm gonna. It would have been a good joke, but it's disrespectful, so I'll leave it. I haven't seen too many hot comedian females.
Oh, I know a lot of them.
Nah.
Yes, I do.
Nah. You just doing women power empowerment.
No,
and listen, I'm women empowerment too.
Listen,
let's stay
they don't get the shot.
I haven't seen some bad comedians where I'm like, damn, she bad.
No, they got some. You just don't hear about them because they don't get the shots. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of beautiful comedians.
Okay, I guess so. You have a special coming up.
Yeah,
in the summertime.
And you're gonna be
in New York.
I want
to attend this. I'll be in New York in the summer.
You gotta be there. It's gonna be in the Bronx. It's gonna be for HBO Max.
It's gonna be in the Bronx?
Of course. That's where my mother stabbed my father. That's where we going back to. That's where I got kidnapped from, and that's where I'm doing it. I'm going.
You got kidnapped in the Bronx. I got kidnapped in Africa.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, you know me. I'm always one up. I'm always got a better story.
Oh, you did. You like
say,
my mom.
yeah, I'm one up.
That's my mom. If you got a headache, she got a migraine.
Oh no, you got a headache. She got fucking Tourette syndrome or something, right? Ay, coño, mira. Yo, battle high blood pressure. Yo, I'm always one up. Yo, I got kidnapped in the Bronx. Y'all got kidnapped in Africa.
Yo, that's it.
What y'all want to do? Like,
you came back though. Listen,
you ever got your ass whipped? Yo, the day they hung me from the bottom of my fucking shoes.
You got kidnapped in Africa. Ooh.
That's a real thing. But your mom stabbed your pops
with an ice pick.
Damn, I got stabbed by Little Maria, and she was my sister. Little Maria stabbed me in my leg one time because I was fucking with her. I was bothering her. I was wrong. But damn, I didn't think Maria would stab me, huh?
It's in our blood, right? It's in our.
The cuchillo game is legend.
Yeah.
Latinos, I'm gonna be honest with you, they will stab a motherfucker fast.
Yeah. You just can't throw a knife at a bullet. So
oh, you can't Oh my God.
So it's like we
You know,
got
I tell
separate.
this story all the time. You know, Queen Latifah chased me around the studio with a knife.
Oh, did she?
Swear to God. Swear to God. For
What
no
did you
reason.
do?
Nothing. She wanted to prove that she was tough. She said, y'all Spanish motherfuckers think y'all nice with the knives. And she chased me around the studio with a knife.
Nice.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson chased me too.
Ah,
What's a fact, though? All my shit is true. O.J. was chasing me with a butcher knife.
did he really?
Facts.
Wow. He's got a history of doing that.
No, oh my God, allegedly. Yo,
Uh,
allegedly.
you
Yo, when
didn't,
he
you didn't
chasing me
listen.
with that thing, big shit too. You better get the fuck out of there.
Oh, but somebody gonna cry and send me a message about how that was insensitive.
Insensitive. All right. That was a question I had for you. When is it never too far or never too? Because comedians, to me, the greatest comedians, the Richard Pryors, the Dave Chappelle's, they never gave a fuck. And the
Right.
thing that's so funny about Dave Chappelle's last one, before he caught COVID in the house, was when he was talking about the LGBT, like that's some shit you don't want to talk about.
Right.
But he talked about it. And I understood because it was like, yo, when I was growing up, comedian could talk about it. I mean, they're trying to make you laugh through hard times. When does it go too far? Is there ever too far?
Yeah, when it's at the expense of the dignity of somebody. It's all about the intention. Like we have to analyze where the joke is coming from. You know, all comedians get accused of being insensitive. All comedians get accused of being problematic to somebody because, for example, I have this joke about my daughter running track, right? And I told her, I said, I don't want the participation ribbons. Those are for the kids with the stitches in their heads, right?
Oh
This
my God.
a guy.
Yo, man, what's wrong with you? Oh my
So this
God.
guy, right, tried to cancel me on Instagram, and he was like, "Yo, I had stitches in my head. There are millions of people who had stitches in their heads. You owe us an apology." So I apologized to him. I said, "Listen, I didn't write this joke. I didn't know you. I wrote this joke with comedy in mind, but if I offended you, I'm sorry." He said, "Fuck you. I don't accept your apology." I was like, "No, fuck you, bitch. You the one with the stitches in your head."
Fuck you, bitch ass nigga. I'll sell Pedro to give you some more stitches. You keep bullshitting.
But the truth is, I was like, you know what? When I had a baby, I had an episiotomy. I had stitches in my vagina. There are millions of women all over the world who have stitches in their vaginas. So what now? Like, what are we talking about here? The reality of it is that everybody belongs to a group. You and I come from places where we had to survive. Comedy is a way that we survived. We either laughed or we cried, right? So I don't have the power to oppress people. My jokes are not with the intention of trying to make people feel bad. I'm telling the story of the people that come from where I come from. I come from dysfunction. I come from broke. I come from broken. You know, my grandmother shot and killed somebody who broke into her house. I came up in
Can a white, but name me some white guys that you really think are funny.
the white guys that I think are funny. Bill Burr is hilarious. I think he's a great comic. I think Lewis Black is funny. I think this comedian named Joe List, that's from New York, that I think is funny. There are a lot of white
You know
comedians
the
that
I like the fat guy that died.
oh, you like you're talking about
Rudy
no, not Rudy. His name is
Ralphie May.
Ralphie.
Oh man, that guy was funny.
Ralphie was he was a ranter, one of those angry, I'ma offend everybody comics. Like that was his thing.
Maybe that's why I liked him. And I like Lavelle Crawford. I like all the
I like
fat
Lavelle
guys.
too. I worked with Lavelle. Lavelle is funny though. Lavelle is unapologetically funny, and it doesn't have anything to do with his weight. He knows how to write a joke.
He almost killed me one day. One day I was next to somebody that was smoking all that shit because you know I don't get high. There is a such thing as secondhand smoke for sure. They was in there smoking, and the guy was so funny. he started looking to me like a human Eminem. This is before he did the operation. He was so fat. You know, he had the weird fat, right? Where the head looked like an Eminem, like the commercial, like a human Eminem. And then he started talking to Crack. You don't remember that shit? He had a routine where he was like, hey, Crack, don't you want to smoke me? Yeah,
Yes.
I think you want. Yo, bro.
Yeah.
I almost caught a heart attack from laughing so much. You know, I'm the guy, I got thrown out of the movie theater for Eddie Murphy's Raw. I went to the movie theater with like 100 dudes for my projects. I'm the asshole they throw. I can't take it. Like, I'm a sucker for laughing. There's times I've laughed where I thought I might catch a heart attack, die, because I laugh too much.
I like that.
No, but is there such thing as dying from laughter?
I mean, I'm sure there's dying from everything, right? Now we can, of course, you could probably have a heart attack and die, but every comedian's dream is for somebody to die laughing at their jokes. That's what we would all
imagine.
want.
You're the comedian that made Fat Joe die from laughing.
No,
that's legendary shit. No. What I'm saying, it's legendary shit.
Yeah, I don't want no problems with your daughter, though. Absolutely not.
No, that's my boss. You know, I told Tank, the singer, the other day, I was like, yo, I almost killed Smokey Robinson. And he was like, what? And then you thinking Fat Joe, Terror Squad. Yo, what kind of smoke Fat Joe had with Smokey Robinson? But I walked in the All-Star game in Los Angeles maybe like 2-3 years ago, and Smokey Robinson was going up in the escalator. And I was like, yo, Smokey! Yo, Smokey! You know he's like 80 years old. Like, this mom, yo, he almost rolled down the escalator. His family caught him. And my daughter was like, oh my God, Dad, you're wrong, Dad. I was like, yo, I've never seen Smokey Robinson. So I was scared. Yo, I was so excited to see him. I scared him. He literally, yo, I swear to God, Smokey Robinson almost fell down the escalator. Like, he just panicked because I screamed so loud. My daughter was so embarrassed. I'm like this too. Like, I don't want to be the guy who killed Smokey Robinson. Like, I'm like, you know, like,
if you do comedy,
a mugshot or some shit, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
When you do comedy, you gonna get canceled. I already know it.
Why you know I'm gonna get canceled?
I know you're gonna get canceled because you're gonna say the stuff that all the comedians want to say and can't say right now because everybody feels handcuffed. Like, I have reached the point where I don't care anymore because I know what my intentions are. And I know that a lot of the people who like to cancel people are just haters. It's not because they care about
they mad at their life. They sick.
Yeah. Because the people who really care, like, they'll hit you up and say, hey man, you said this was, but they're not trying to do it for clout. They're not doing it out loud. They just really want to correct the problem. So now I don't care. And my special that I'm shooting in June, I'm going in.
Yeah, go ham.
All in.
You know how Dave Chappelle went crazy? You got to go crazy. Like, what? Yeah. You're a comedian. Like, I think the National Chamber of Comedians will defend you. Like, I think, like, every comedian that says some fuck shit in their life will come out like, no, she's right. Because I seen some comedians say some shit that I was like, Jesus Christ. But it was the funniest shit in the world.
Yeah, you thought it was funny, right? It's just everybody's policing everybody right now, and it's there are some people who are problematic, and there are just some comedians that everybody got to get it. You ain't that special where we.
No, everybody. Yo, let me tell you something. I walked in the Beacon Theater one time. There was a comedian up there. I'll fucking never forget it. I was late. That's the one thing a person doesn't want to be at a comedy show. The last guy walking in, he was like, wait a minute, that's Fat Joe? I mean, there was like thousands of people looking at me. He was like, this guy looked like he got a pack of Franks in the back of his neck. He went off on me, and I'm like, I'm like Huggy Bear with the fish tank pumps, walking to my seat like, oh my God, and he wouldn't stop. I think it was Joe Torre or somebody. He was killing me, B. And I was walking to my seat like, God damn, everybody's laughing. You don't want to be late.
No, you don't want to be late, especially with comedians that will make fun of you if you are late. Some people don't do that, Joe Torre would do that. Joe Torre loves he loves interacting with the audience. That's my guy. But I'll tell you, I did a show and there was blind dude kept heckling me, and he told me he was blind and he wanted me to mess with him so bad, and I didn't. And after the show, he came up to me and he was like, how you gonna just ignore me? Why you didn't make fun of me? And I was like, I didn't want no problems. And he was like, no, I'm like everybody else. Like, don't ignore me. He was like, and so I wrote a joke just for that blind dude, and I've been doing it ever since because I was like, he was like, fuck everybody else and all these
Yeah.
bitches telling you. He was like,
Yo,
I'm a
listen, don't
person
fucking
too.
don't go to a comedy club. Don't look at some comedy shit if you can't handle the shit. Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, the reason why I asked you about the white comedians, because Seinfeld put out one. That shit was funny, bro.
Yeah.
That last Seinfeld was funny as fuck. I watched it like 2-3 times with my daughter. My daughter's my laughing partner.
Oh,
We sit down. She's like, because I love this guy. You know, I love certain comedians. I watch him like Lavelle Crawford and my daughter be like, and we seen what? I showed up. To me, you can respond. The Bible is Richard Pryor, I guess the Sunset Strip. What's the one that he did? And Patti LaBelle sung before him. And my daughter's like, was he alive in 2020? Like, he was talking vegan shit. He was talking, this is in the 70s.
Yeah.
He was talking some shit that was so far advanced.
The king.
What is the Bible for you?
King. That's my king.
Huh?
That's my king of
Oh,
comedy.
that's my king. That's my king in comedy.
Yeah.
And when I do stand up for you, they're gonna know, damn, he come from that Richard Pryor tree. That Richard Pryor tree. Now I'm telling you, you come from somewhere. Some people, you know, Big Pun, Biggie Smalls, they was influenced by Big Daddy Kane.
That's right.
You know, and certain rappers. So when I just want the world to know, when I do my stand up, I'm a Richard Pryor baby. I come from that one.
That's the first comedian I ever heard that made me want to do stand-up comedy when I was little. My uncle used to listen to it, and I used to sneak and listen to Richard Pryor. The joke, remember he did that joke about getting high with the dog? And it was
I remember that joke.
That was,
you know, Richard Pryor was killing him when he had Car Wash. Yeah. He had all these different movies when he was on the baseball team, the Stir Crazy. Like, Richard Pryor he was amazing, and he was able to cross over.
Yeah, I love Richard Pryor and George Carlin are my favorite comedians for different reasons.
George Carlin, a lot of people say that.
George Carlin was, if you listen to his stand-up, it's still relevant today as well, and it was so very poignant. But I think, to me, Richard Pryor is the king of comedy. And
oh yes,
I love
and what you call Dave. All right, so who's your top 5 comedians of all time?
So Richard Pryor, George Carlin. I think Dave Chappelle is one of the greats of today for sure. I like Chris Rock, and I love Marsha Warfield. She's my queen. I think that she never got the opportunity to be as big as she should have been. It's funny because Mike Epps one time told me that I reminded him of Marsha Warfield. I just think she was ahead of her time and brilliant. She's a brilliant comedian. Funny, smart, powerful. So I would put her up there.
And so you are the trendsetter, the trailblazer. Definitely for the English-speaking Latinos. Well, you got George Lopez.
Yeah, man.
His last stand-up comedy was funny too. He caters towards like the Mexican side of, you know, he started talking about his cousins and all that shit. You know, he do his thing. But in the comedy field, you are the pioneer. You are the trailblazer.
Well, I have my sister Gina Brion, who's also in New York. We're like the 2 Puerto Rican women that are out there really working the whole circuit, headlining nationwide. Angela Johnson is also, and Cristela, they're Mexican. They've also created, but yeah, I would say You told me last week that that was my job, so I gotta do it.
Hey, nobody. Okay, I get offended when it's 2021 and I hear certain rappers are Latino and never said they was Latino.
Oh,
I get offended. I grew up 99% black, but I came in this business waving the flag, and they
that's right.
know it. Everybody knows it. I never
Well,
backed out or shied away who I am. I'm Puerto Rican and Cuban, grew up with the blacks. We love each other. Let's go. But to find out this certain living legend, like a long time ago, they could have just said, yo, I'm Dominican.
it's a lot of
I'm
them. A lot.
Panamanian.
Yeah.
I'm, they could have, I never understood that. Like, not saying where you're from. I had a joke just earlier that everybody wants to be from Harlem if you're from New York.
I saw it.
And they be lying. Like, they be lying, man. I had some motherfuckers tell me, yeah, I'm from Harlem. I'm like, yo, bro, you're from New Rochelle.
They be like, I grew
Like,
up on Frederick
yeah, I'm
Douglass.
from Harlem. My great grand uncle's from Harlem. Yeah, you from Mount Vernon, B.
Yeah, nah.
Harlem in the house. Yo, you from the Bronx, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's the same shit. And I never understood people who were ashamed or just wasn't proud enough to claim who they are or where they truly came from. And it wouldn't be so much of like Fat Joe is like a trendsetter or a trailblazer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because one of the Fat Boys, Prince Marky D, just passed away. He
I
was
love
Puerto
him.
Rican. I found
I,
out many years later. DMC from Run D. All right, just right there. DMC from Run DMC. Prince Marky D from the Fat Boys was Puerto Rican. DMC was Dominican. We never knew this.
yeah.
And God bless them. I worship them. Here, we big up all the legends. We give them their flowers. We love them. But
That's
I
right.
never heard it. I never heard it. So I'm like, we got to figure this shit out. Like,
Yeah, because
and so
we
you'll
didn't
see,
have
let you
conversation.
crack it open. Let you crack it open and Wanda Sykes and be like, yo, I'm 3/4 Panamanian. I'm like, hey, yo, I
That's
promise you.
funny. Because the thing is, you can be Puerto Rican and black, right? You can be Dominican and black. You can be the thing that we have gotten so mixed up, the difference between nationality and race. You can be both. Like Biggie is Jamaican or was Jamaican, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of Caribbean. Nicki Minaj is Trini, just like Cardi B. Like they try to divide them, but they both Trinis. There's a lot of us who are Caribbean who we can be black and be something else. And I just think that a lot of people we don't honor that when it comes to Latinx people. And I think a lot of people want to be what they not. And so I'm proud. Like, if you grew up Puerto Rican, I got uncles that wear Puerto Rican socks. They all got a tattoo of the flag. Like they've been in because
Nobody rap more than them. If you could be in the blackest neighborhood and the one Puerto Rican got a flag hanging out the window.
Yep.
Playing salsa to the highest level have you ever heard in your life. Yeah,
Yep.
that can happen.
Yeah,
That
of course.
happens. It's a fact. But with you, you're Latina, you're unapologetic about it. You love doing what you do. And so you opening the doors. But you remember I told you, when you blow, you're gonna bug out. You're gonna bug out. I swear to God, you're gonna bug out. You're almost gonna get mad when they turn around and tell you, yo, I'm Dominican, yo, I'm Panamanian, yo, I'm Cuban. You're gonna be like, damn, man, I've been fucking swinging this sword by myself, trying to knock down these doors, because you gotta knock down these doors.
Yeah, we do.
And unfortunately, there's almost a disconnect or a division between English-speaking Latinos and straight Spanish-speaking Latinos.
Yeah.
It's sad because you Latino, but they look at you like
You know what? Colonization was the greatest mind fuck of all time because they'll flex on like New York Puerto Ricans who don't know how to speak Spanish. But Spanish is not our native language anyway. We're Tainos, we're Africans. Spanish is the language of our colonizer, just like English is the language of our
Bro, I was
colonizer.
in jail with in Miami.
Yep.
There's Puerto Ricans from Puerto Rico in jail. There's not really New York Puerto Ricans where I was at. This dude told me, like, I'm not a real Puerto Rican. I told him, I will knock your fucking head off your shoulders, papi. Like, don't ever look at me or talk to me again in your fucking life. I'm que yo no soy boricua.
That's crazy.
And then they choose it wisely. They took, because, you know, Mark Anthony's boricua, but he's from Spanish Harlem. But being that he's the biggest shit ever seen to mankind, you know, oh, we'll take this guy. You know, no, it's the craziest shit. But you're right, colonization.
That's what
Edgar
it is. So they
Balanga, I want
divide
to
us.
check it. That's my brother, Edgar Balanga. It's crazy. I was explaining this to my brother Showbiz. Asked me about Edgar Balanga. If you don't know who he is, he's a young brother's gonna be champion. He's Puerto Rican, but he's a New York Rican, right? And I want them to keep supporting him, right? He's like 16-0 with 16 knockouts in the first round. He's a straight Mike Tyson. He's punching holes through guys' faces, right? And so he's the only guy, because not even Hector Camacho got killed in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Edgar Balanga's the only guy that I've ever seen in the history of mankind that the Puerto Ricans from Puerto Rico said, no, no, no.
He's Puerto Rican.
Because he's punching the hole. They love boxing, and they know this boy's going to be one of the greatest of all time. And thank God, because even Hector Camacho, they be like, New York Rican. This one's a this one, that Fat Joe, Big Pun, New York, you know.
I don't let them do that, though.
They do that to me.
Yo,
he's the cloth, but, you know.
I don't let them do that to us. You know why? Because, first of all, when they do that Spanish shit, I speak Spanish. But when I see them doing, oh, you don't speak Spanish, I'm like, do you speak Arawak? Because that's your native tongue, motherfucker. Your native tongue is not Spanish. You're not from Spain. That's not our language. So all that flexing that we do is that we do to each other what white people have done to us historically, you know, and it's not cool, because the truth of it is that Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans, Jamaicans, all West Indians, Tainos, Haiti, all of that. Those were where the Taino natives were before they got colonized and they brought the slaves.
You know, I don't want to say my grandfather, it's in my book, so I didn't want to spoil it, but my grandfather and my grandmother from Puerto Rico. Every 5 years, and I still don't know who these people are. I still haven't seen them. They never really fucked with us like that. I'm being honest, Uncle Dan, right? But your father's side, my Uncle Dan's here. Your father's side, they would come like every 5 years. They Indian, like they came in moccasins and shit. With the shit like this, an Indian, they was walking in the projects. Every 5 years, they would come to see my grandfather. They was the Indian with the moccasins. I got it in my book. This is no lie.
No,
they was the Taino Indians. They must have lived in the mountains.
They do. And they're still alive. And the whole lie that they told us that they were exterminated by the Spaniards, that's not true. There are Tainos still alive in the Caribbean. And if you want to ever meet yourself, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans, go talk to them, go see them if they allow you to, and you will learn your native tongue.
Yeah, because they don't really fuck with us. My grandfather's side, I never seen them again. They don't really fuck with us. But when he was alive, they would come, right? Dan, like every 4 or 5 years. I remember being a kid. And you know, we from the Bronx, you know, kids from the Bronx, you know, we heartless. Like you know, we don't give a we ruthless. But I remember I used to sit down and be like, yo, what the fuck is these people wearing moccasins and shit, walking in this bitch, looking like, you know, I didn't understand.
That's funny.
I didn't understand, but they used to come through like that. What's next for you? Tell everybody where they can find you. How could they follow you? And you see how fast is this? I got on a Zoom with Aida 3 days ago, right?
Yeah.
and through our friend Gita, and I known of you, and everybody try to make me your husband.
No, Eve
Yes, they
tried to
do.
connect me.
So
No,
every
Eve.
time they talk about a Latino
Oh, on the TV
sitcom,
show.
they say, "Yo, we got the perfect wife for you. Her
Oh
name
yeah,
is
yeah.
Aida, and yo, Aida, you got the perfect husband, Fat
Yep.
Joe." Right?
Yep.
So they always try to do that. And then Gita out of nowhere, she says, "Yo, I want you to get on the phone with my girl," and we had a great conversation. And part of the conversation, to tell you the truth, because I like to be transparent, right? I
Mm-hmm.
won't say names or nothing like that. And I called homeboy after I spoke to you.
Okay.
Remember the big dog I spoke to? And I brought you up. And he knew who you was. He knew who you was. I called up our homeboy, the Latino King, and was like, "Yo, bro, you know the comedian?" And he was like, "Yeah, I spoke to her. Yo, this, that." I was like, "Oh, all right, cool. Just, And
James
so I said
Cruz.
immediately, I gotta have that girl on my show. She gotta be on my platform. I need my people, my fans, everybody, because she's really, really pioneering this shit, and she's really, really funny, and she's the next one to blow. So tell everybody where we can find your stuff at.
So, Funny AIDA is Instagram and Twitter. I have my own show called Truth Serum, which is a political show on Fridays. It's at 12 p.m. It's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I'm getting ready for my HBO Max special, and I have a scripted show in development at HBO Max about us. And I want to say thank you to you for doing this, because you've named a lot of people today, and they shall remain nameless. I've had a lot of Latin Latinos call me and say, "I love you, I support you, I think this," but I feel like the side bitch, because they'll tell me in my DMs, they'll text me, they'll call me, but they won't tell other people. And we have to, as a woman, it's already harder for me. So I already told you, Wanda Sykes, Tiffany Haddish, Shaquille O'Neal, Tamara Goins. Those are the people that made a way for me.
You
So
said
I'm
Dave
always here.
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle gave me his stage the week that he got COVID and let me work out some of my jokes from my special. Absolutely. Because Angela Yee took me and Donnell Rollins co-signed for me.
Let me
So
ask you
I'm
a question.
always.
So all comedians,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
They test out the material before they go into like a real big
Yeah.
arena, or
Or
because I
working
swear to
out for
God,
a
every
year.
time I sit next to Tracy Morgan at a Yankee game, I be feeling
He's
like this motherfucker is testing me. Yo, I died when I died in that shit. I seen Biggie. He still got diabetes. He still, and I'm dying laughing and shit like that. And I'm like, this motherfucker is testing his material on me. There's no way he's
Tracy.
that funny like in normal life. He's just running this shit through me. And so you do that.
Yeah, but I don't do it. I'm not on all the time. Like some comedians are always in joke mode. Like when I was over there with Dave Chappelle, that we talked about social issues, we didn't even talk about jokes like that, which is really refreshing because he's not on all the time. He's just naturally funny. But some people do. But I will work my jokes out until the day I shoot them.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you go through the material.
I'm going to Miami tomorrow. I'm doing a show in Miami Thursday. I'm going to
I'll be there
Hawaii on.
Thursday. Tell me where I
Oh,
want to come.
yeah, come to the show.
Is it
I'll
COVID
send you.
free?
Yes, absolutely.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
I want to come. I get in Miami on Thursday.
Yeah, it's in Overtown. It's at the Urban.
Damn, you now hold up. That's it.
Nah,
Damn, man, that might be too. That's where First 48 is. I don't
nah,
know about that one. I
no,
thought you was in comedy relief or I
they've
thought
gentrified
you
it.
was in Coconut Grove. You in
No,
Overtown. God
it's
damn,
been
you bold.
gentrified. Overtown's been gentrified. It's
It's
next
like
to
a jungle
Wynwood.
sometimes. It makes you wonder how our people going under.
You saw what they did to Wynwood. You saw what they did to our
Yeah,
neighborhood.
I was in Overtown not too long ago. I drove through there. I see what they trying to do there. They got more businesses and stuff like that. Shout out to Overtown.
Yes.
The whole Miami, man. I look, but that is First 48. You know that, right?
No, I grew up in Miami. My best friend is from
Well,
Overtown.
you
So
know
of
that's the
course.
precinct.
No, I know. Listen,
Okay.
I was there was a riot in Miami one time, and my best friend tried to save the news people. She was like, "Don't go in there." The lady was like, "We're going in." They came out naked, without cameras, with welts and bruises all over their bodies.
Oh
They
yeah,
beat
they
their
fuck you
asses.
up in the pork and beans, the Overtown.
Yes,
I go to that soul food joint, People's over there. It's
yes,
called People's.
yes. People's been there
And
for a long time.
yo, and it's crazy because you could go 5 minutes from Overtown, you in Kiki's on the river and all that shit. And that's the new
Garcia's,
sexy shit in Miami.
yeah,
Sea
my favorite.
Spice.
That's where I'll be on Thursday night. Garcia's.
Oh, you like Garcia's, the seafood joint. Rich Flair was just there. I like
Yeah,
that spot too.
yeah, I love that place.
Yeah, it's a real good. It's like our equivalent, Miami's equivalent to like a city island in the Bronx, where I was
Yes,
at.
yes.
Last year,
When you
remember they
were
brought me all them fucking crab legs? Like,
and
yo,
you
bro.
turn them down, and I love crab legs, and I
No,
was
because
like,
I'm Fat Joe. I ain't want to get the shit all on me.
that shit
You
was
can't
good.
avoid the crack in the crab legs with the shit all on you. And I'm already fat. I can't be having shit on me, man.
It
Like,
looked delicious. It looked
I got a
delicious.
boy, DJ SNS. Don't ask me why he always got a mustard stain on his t-shirt. Don't know why. He got one right now. Yo, he must be the hot dog king, right? Right now, he has a mustard.
You know those people who always got a food stain on? Like,
That's me. I'm not going to lie
no.
to you.
You always got the food stain on you?
I just took off the shirt I had on right now that was fly to death. It was called Essential Hustlers, and I have like a food stain. It's my fucking luck. If I open some shit from here, it bounces and go right on my shit. Don't ask me why. I had 3 napkins on. I'm like, do like the mafia shit. Boom, napkin, boom, napkin, boom, napkin. The shit just bounced to my shit. I just don't know how.
That's
It's
crazy.
a true story.
That's funny because I my girlfriends are all on internet dating right now, and they were like, "Yo, if they got food stains on their shirt, it's a no-go."
Yeah, it's a no-go, but he might be eating good.
He is
But,
eating
yo, my
good.
man SNS has a mustard stain now. And he had it yesterday and the day before. Never catch up. Always mustard, bro. I fucking promise you that. Every
That's
time I look
hilarious.
at your SNS, you got the mustard stain, right? You got
Everybody knows that guy, you know.
oh no,
Everybody
he's a
knows.
living legend.
Right.
SNS a living legend out here. He's one of the greatest DJs of all time. But you know what you want me to do? Like, I'm like that too. I just told you I'm the same way. It's not my fault. Somehow, some way, the shit bounced on me. It happened to me today. Yo, Dan, I swear to God, me and Rich ate. Hold up, let me show you. Me and Rich, I had 3 napkins on my shirt, and look how the shit bounced on here. Look. Shout out to Essentials Hustlers.
What were you eating?
I was eating some Dominican food.
Woo!
I was eating some baked chicken. And, you know, they gave me a traifongo. You know, traifongo started in Puerto Rico. I have to tell the Dominican dude. Shout out to ajo y oregano. But you see the stain, right?
I see
I'm not lying. Look, I changed my shirt because of the stain. Look.
I see it. Was it delicious though? Was it delicious?
Stupid. That's one of my favorite restaurants in New York. Latino. I love how Dominicans cook. I love how Puerto Ricans cook.
Dominicans got good breakfast.
Huh?
Yeah.
I shouted them out. I sent you us. Let me show them the shirt. Damn, that's really bummy shit. Like I really have a stain on it.
They'll send you a new one.
My man Harry O, he gave that shirt is fly too.
And you got some.
But I'm not lying. I'm not lying. That's what it is. I mean, I just ain't got no luck when it comes to that. So I'll see you Thursday. I'm coming through. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate you. Okay?
Luke is coming too. Luke is going to be there.
Luke?
Okay.
Is he coming with the dancers?
Yes, Luke is he's one of my mentors. I used to work for him.
Luke is a living legend. I don't think I want to see the original Luke dancers 2021.
He taught me how to get checks. He used to tell me, he taught me how to become a better business person. I love
Damn,
him.
man. Yo, let me tell you, you might have a checking pass if Luke was your mentor and you was down with him since day one.
Yeah, but I
Like you
was
might,
never. He
you
yeah.
wasn't, you wasn't doing that thing.
No, no. You know what? He was a DJ at my middle school when I was a kid. He was Luke Skywalker, and before he got sued, he used to come DJ our dances when we were in elementary. And he was, I love Luke. Luke is like
Luke
he's
was the
a
first to, I believe, to do independent, press up his own records, sell his own records.
he's the
He
only
put,
rapper to go to the Supreme Court and win.
he's the only rapper went to the Supreme Court and won on behalf of freedom of speech.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
then Pitbull comes from that family tree.
I remember
Khaled comes from that family tree.
Trick Daddy,
Cool and Dre,
Cool and
Trina and
Dre.
Trick. You
Yep.
know, everybody comes from
H Town.
H-Town. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So, but Luke had COVID already. He
Yeah,
caught it in the
I
strip
know. I
club.
talked to him when I talked to him when he had it. He was sick. He did. He had it really bad. He was really when somebody asks for prayers on Instagram, you know they don't feel good. When you get on Instagram with the thing and you like, please pray for me, you know they
Shout
not
out to
doing
my
it.
man. I've seen a lot of people like that. Shout out to my man, Will Unique. He caught that COVID. I swear he must have lost 40 pounds in a week. He came on there, he was like, everybody, take this thing serious.
Yep.
I felt like I had 4 hands on I was like, oh my God. And
Yeah.
Will strong. Will Unique, my brother. I was like, yo, you know, this shit crazy. I'm telling everybody take it serious. They look at me,
Absolutely.
they laugh at me like it's a joke. But
It's not a joke.
please take the COVID serious.
Yeah. Please do. We lost some comedians. It's been a rough year.
Everybody run around in Texas.
Texas just said you don't need no mask.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The governor he removed the mask mandate and opened everything up.
100% capacity.
100% capacity.
Abbott. They're trying to get rid of some people.
Oh, that's a fact. And some people really believe him. Because it's like my sister Remy says, sit your pussy down, ho. Sit that pussy down, ho. It's like they can't sit it down, huh?
I love Remy.
Yo, it's like I stole her line. I'm like, my sister's like, sit that pussy down, ho. Like I'm like, yo, this was the best shit I ever heard in COVID. Because they won't sit it down.
No, and you know what? I don't want it. I don't want it. I know a lot of people who have died. I know a lot of people who were really sick.
Me too.
You know, I talked to Eve Rivera, who's also a friend of mine, and he was telling me about somebody he was really cool with that was really strong and got sick and ended up in the hospital on a ventilator.
I know real dudes that an army of 10 couldn't put down. Like I'm talking about the realest guys like this are either dead or in jail for 1,000 years. They died from that COVID.
Yeah.
Tough guys. That when you see them, you know this motherfucker tough.
Yep.
He
absolutely.
died. Rest in peace, such and such. Rest in peace, such and such. Rest in peace. Nah, fuck out of here. That shit got some shit where it goes eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You come. That's
it's absolutely, you're right. And it's the blood. It goes to your blood. It's the blood clots, right? That it affects your circulatory system. So
I know I don't want it.
Me either.
They look at me and they laugh at me. They do whatever they want, but I know I don't want it. And so I tried my best to say, I want to have fun. I've been having fun my whole life. I've been famous. I've been rich for many years. I love it. I love walking in the club, standing on the couch, popping bottles, hugging the niggas, doing the mafia kisses, 3-4 of them on the face. You know, I love that shit. But I'm scared to do it.
You should be. You should be.
And there's some people out there acting like it don't exist.
It's really bad. And, you know, it doesn't, people don't get alarmed until they know somebody that's close to them that dies. And then they want to get But why would you even take the chance? Regardless of where it came from, how it started, what conspiracy theory, why would you want it? I don't want it. I believe
Ada,
it's
you want
real.
to know what's sad? Is that anyway, I can't even do that because it might be too disrespectful. But put it like this, I got friends that their family members died of it and be telling me that COVID ain't real. This some real naive shit. This some hood shit. Where
That's ignorant.
your pops died from the shit and you telling me ain't no COVID. This is some bullshit. And you sitting there like, yo, these motherfuckers is crazy for real.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
I love you for this. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
you.
much. It's all love. We're going to connect.
And
All
I'll
right?
see you Thursday.
I'll see you Thursday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And you don't know who I know. And so the woman is opening up doors. James Cruz, congratulations. Your man CJ Whoopty is #1 urban and rhythmic radio. He deserves it. The shit is fire. Congratulations. And you don't know who I know. And so what happens is the young lady's out there fighting the good fight. She's breaking down doors, breaking down barriers. And like she said, she's going to bring some girls with her. But we got to support her because she's funny as hell. And so listen, let your darkest moments bring your most clarity. Meaning, if you're going through a tough time, if you're going through some shit and your people don't stand by you, those ain't your people. Let your darkest moment bring your most clarity. Believe in God. God is everything. Do the good and the bad. Praise God. God will always come through. Shout out to Titi Barbara on the check-in. We the biggest in the game. Shout out to Pretty Lou if you want to see the DJ show. He's over there on Instagram. Peace, y'all.